Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, hello. Good evening where you are, good afternoon where you are, or good morning where you are. My name is Jared Polite. I am founder and artistic director of Melanin Mosaic Performance Ensemble, and we are here today for the Melanin Mosaic Health Workshop finale. Yay! We had four great workshops this week to celebrate May and Mental Health Month, and we are closing it out with Andrea Cole. Andrea Cole, the founder of Honor Your Presence PLLC, where she serves as a licensed clinical social worker, registered yoga instructor, and comedic Reiki practitioner and teacher. She currently studies the interconnection between holistic health and Black women's wellness, the space in which she's a ruthless advocate. As a healer, nurturer, confidant, former forever learner, and space holder, Andrea utilizes evidence-based and natural modalities as well as lived experience to teach community members. Everybody, welcome to the stage, Andrea Cole. Hello.
Peace, 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 everyone. Hello, peace.
I'm sorry for getting all that messed up, but it's live. We
Man,
in it.
you did that. I heard it all, and I'm like, that's me.
That's all that matters. How are you this evening?
I'm doing wonderfully well. We're ready to dive into the energetics of mental health for sure.
Great. Well, I lost your connection to your screen, your pop-up. So let's get that back on.
Perfect. Absolutely. We got it right there. Yep.
Beautiful. So let's jump right on into it.
Awesome. Well, peace, everyone. My name is Andrea Cole, and I'm so excited to be here with you all. I wanted to have the opportunity to kind of just take a moment to ground ourselves, take a moment to be and exist in this space. So today we are going to be talking about the energetics of mental health. To finish off the mental health series, let's go. It's going to be a wonderful time. So we're thinking energetics. We are thinking all of the different frequencies that are associated with ourselves. Okay. So we're going to have the opportunity to actually dive into these spaces together. So with that being said, today's flow, we're going to start off by grounding and presencing. We're going to define energetic terminology and highlight the distinctions between the terminology. We're going to explore the anatomical frequency and the electromagnetic association to wellness. Ultimately, just saying we're going to take and understand the body parts and understand the hertz, the frequency associated with the body parts. And we're going to talk about the mental health wellness in relation to that electromagnetic association. We're going to practice then some strategies together. We're going to make sure that we're on the same page about how we can change and alter our mood, transmute our experiences so that we are performing in self-mastery, right? And then we're going to conclude with a beautiful sound healing session. And so right now, just to kind of take a pause real quick, we have just some quick housekeeping in this space. I would love for you to type any questions you have in the chat, as well as I know we're streaming on multiple platforms. I know Jared will be vigilant and letting me know if there are any questions other places. And Jared, of course, if you have something to share, let me know. I will kind of come on and off screen as we need to in this space. So yes, if you haven't already, as you can see, this is my left. This is your right. We have some candles burning already. We have some time and some, when I say time, we set our own pace. Okay. So we have the time to be here together in this space. So when I say candles, think about your incense, think about all of your senses, actually. So when it comes to your sight, make sure your environment right now is either as bright or as dim as you like. We're taking a moment to do this. When you think about your smells, we have candles, we have incense. If you have a smell good that really calms you and allows you to be here with us, please go ahead and put that on as well. And then we have our hearing. If some gentle music serves you, silence serves you, you'll hear my voice. You'll also feel the sound vibrations in your ears as well as your body later on. You can also gain some blankets. I just want you to be as comfortable as possible, y'all, because that's the important part. When we are comfortable, we are able to be present. We're able to be with each other. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start off, like I said, with grounding. So for grounding, we are actually going to end up tapping, boom. We're going to end up tapping, or not tapping, but completing a neck roll and pressure experience. The pressure is kind of where I'm getting the tapping from. So I want everybody to take a pause and to gently find stillness in your seat. The purpose of grounding is always to have clear emotional discernment. Okay, so being able to hear our thoughts, to be able to receive what is being shared as much as possible. So really take the pause. Like I said, take your time, get your tea. Remember, we didn't talk about the taste sense, right? Get your tea, get whatever you deserve or whatever you desire in this space to relax. So we're going to take our time. We're going to ground ourselves. If you're sitting up in a comfortable seat, make sure we have the fleshy parts of our bottom, our thighs. Move the fleshy parts so your sits bone is nice and firmly planted in the seat. Allow the soles of your feet to be firmly on the ground as well. Not pressing in, but just allowing the wholeness of the foot to be on the ground. Toes aren't lifted, heels aren't lifted. Back is erect, your shoulders are relaxed. We're going to ground ourselves. Gently close your eyes. Begin to connect with your natural breath. When I say connect with your natural breath, I just want you to think about your inhales and think about your exhales. Listen to them. In this space, we are now going to inhale slow and steady. And we're going to exhale through the nose. Beautiful, keeping that breath inside of our body. Inhale deep. Now exhale through the mouth, pushing the air outside of the body. Beautiful job. Inhale deep. And exhale through the nose. Sound in the back of the throat if that serves. It's called our Ujjayi breath. Keep breathing using your nostrils. This is what we'll utilize to do our neck rolls and pressure here today. Inhale deep. Exhale, lean your head to your right shoulder. Inhale, lower your head down toward your chest, sweeping across the chest until you land on your left shoulder, slow and steady. On your exhale, lift your chin, roll your head back. Our breaths guide our movements. So then we're going to land back on our right shoulder. Here we go. Use your right hand, place it on top of your head. Inhale deep. Exhale gently, pull your head down towards your shoulder. Drop the left shoulder if that suits you for that extra elongation. Notice the sensations. I want you to breathe into the sensations. So as you breathe, when I say breathe into the sensations, I just mean think about where the sensations are and breathe as you think. That makes the mind-muscle connection right there, opening up the oxygen. Beautiful job. Inhale, lift your left hand up and place it on your neck. Place pressure on your neck. Maybe you draw circles with your 3 middle fingers. Maybe you move down towards the base of your neck. You can also use those three middle fingers to plant towards the back and draw the flesh forward. Take what you need in this space and breathe. Deep inhales and slow exhales. Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift your head, center your head, hands come down. And on your exhale, lean your head to your left shoulder. Inhale, roll your head down toward your chest, sweeping across your chest on the inhale to the right shoulder. And on your exhale, lift your chin. There's no rush or race. Follow your own inhales and exhales. Drop the shoulders. Keep going until you land back on that left shoulder. Inhale, lift your left hand up, place it on your head, and gently pull your head down towards your shoulder. Feel the sensations. You can drop that right shoulder. Let's use our right hand to now press into the neck. Press into the fleshy parts that's found between the base of the neck and the shoulders. Taking our time in this space, this is one of the most important parts of being able to have digestibility when it comes to learning, when it comes to performing, being able to balance and align ourselves as much as possible. Taking your time, there's no rush, there is no race, it's just you listening to you. Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift your head, center your head, hands come down. On your exhale, relax the shoulders, close your eyes, feel your body. Notice your openness in the upper parts where we can carry stress, heaviness, tension, where we can also carry and suppress our truth. That's that area, this throat area is about how we give and receive communication. So we want this area to be nice and fluid, and we'll dive into the energetics of that. Wiggle your fingertips, wiggle your toes, move your knees, gently shake those shoulders. And we are back, we are here, we are present, we are power. So just see how you felt just with that opportunity, right? How you felt being in this space. You can put in the chat how your body feels as we continue on. But doing that for 5 minutes every day allows for that clear discernment, allows for us to be able to feel ourselves, to be with ourselves, and exist together. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So now that we've grounded ourselves, and that was called the neck roll and pressure. Yes, yes, yes. Any questions, put them in the chat. So now we're going to dive into our energetics, right? We're talking about the energetics of mental health. So the way that we are able to identify what energetics are, what energy is by breaking it down to its unit measurement. Its unit measurement is defined as frequency. So energy is measured in frequency. So frequency is measured in hertz. Okay. So I just want to take a pause right there. Frequency is measured in hertz. So hertz is a unit of measurement, and it's the rate at which the vibrations and oscillations occur. And I know all the music folks, y'all all know about vibrations and oscillations, and that is awesome. So we can now identify them with our own energetic bodies. When we think about energy, energy is not created or destroyed. It just is. You can increase the energy, make the sound big, or you can decrease and crescendo down, right? When everything is still around us. So like with the chair I'm sitting on is still, my hands look still. However, when you break them down, they're little atoms rubbing up side by side. So literally anything that even looks still to our eyes, which cannot see 100% of the world around us, even anything that looks still is actually moving. That's the frequency of it. So now in association with our body, we see energy moving with our breath, with our blood. We can see it that way, but also know we have energetic wheels of light, energetic spaces in our body. These spaces can be associated with values, like Like I talked about the throat space, how you give and receive communication. Are you living out your truth? It could be associated with creativity. Are you low motivated? Okay. Are you highly too motivated? You can't really stop doing certain things. All of that's defined and associated with frequency, and frequency is what defines and can categorize energy. Frequency is measured by hertz. So they are used to determine and differentiate vibrational patterns. So yes, we talked about atoms. The ones that are vibrating at a faster rate would be considered a higher frequency, shoom, 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 as opposed to one that is vibrating at a much slower rate. That's going to be important later on because we're going to talk about why we want to be in the high frequency space for sure. So answer a quick question for me, real quick. True or false? Bacteria, viruses, and disease each have their own low frequency that can influence your energy field. Bacteria, viruses, and disease each have their own low frequency that influences your energetic field, your energy field.
I want to say true.
You want to say true? Jared, you are absolutely right. Speaking for the people's person. Yes, absolutely. So bacteria and viruses each have their own low frequency that influences our energy field. So we talked about how we each have our own wave, our own frequency, our own unit measurement of hertz that's associated with us. Bacteria, viruses, and disease have their own frequency, their own hertz, and that's considered to be a lower hertz. So as we continue diving in, we'll understand that the lower your hertz physically, the more susceptible you are to bacteria, viruses, disease. Also, these frequencies associated with values are associated with values as well. So like doubt, right? You know, we think about getting out in front of everybody. Like, will I be able to remember my choreography? Will I be able to remember my instrumentation? What will I remember? Will I be able to remember what I need to say in front of this presentation, right? Doubt is a low frequency value. Shame, guilt, fear, worry, all low frequency. They all have units of measurement, hertz associated with them. So when we operate in that space, we lower our hertz, and then we are more susceptible to bacteria, viruses, and disease, y'all. So moving forward, we're going to keep on going. The healthy body, as I quickly shared, it's all about increasing your frequency. So the higher your frequency is, the less susceptible you are to these low frequency values I mentioned, to any immune diseases. And we're going to dive into the studies that say that as well as right before we practice strategy. But as our frequency drops due to environmental and physiological factors, our immune system is compromised, and opportunistic bacteria and viruses are able to wreak havoc on your body, making you more susceptible to disease. So trapped emotion, now we're talking about the mental health, right? We're talking about the understandings, trauma. Trapped emotions that are stored in our organs, muscles, and tissues as pockets of electromagnetic energy also have a negative influence on our well-being. So trapped emotions that are not able to come out, that haven't been released. How do you know if something hasn't been released? If you talk about something and you have a physical response, a visceral response, you have trapped there's something that is to be addressed. That is a beautiful sign. Our bodies will respond to us. I love this body. It makes sure that I'm safe and makes sure that it has all the signals for me to be able to stay alive as much as possible. We'll dive into how our body and mind really help with that. But yes, absolutely. These bacteria and viruses and all these, the lower your frequency, we're more susceptible. So we have the definition of energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It's found in all living and non-living things. Frequency is associated with energy, and frequency can be measured by hertz. Perfect. So here we go. What is a hertz? A hertz, so all atoms in the universe have a vibrational motion. So each periodic motion has a frequency or the number of oscillations per second. That's when oscillations come back up. So we can measure that in hertz. So it's so interesting. If we look down below, a living healthy cell oscillates at 27. I guess this is a trillion. It's a lot of zeros there, y'all. But it measures at that hertz. So we're going to then be able to kind of translate that into megahertz, which is what is the unit of measurement for us to be able to kind of really quickly solidify this as opposed to look at the trillions. So here we go. Now we're in the megahertz space. Question 2, what megahertz range does the body normally function, do you think? Interesting.
You got me on that one. On that one. C.
C's get degrees. Yep. It's not C, but C. We're A people here always. It is actually B. 60 to 90 megahertz. So close.
My first guess.
So B, 60 to 90 megahertz. So in thinking about this, body normally function. That means when we don't feel off, we're not sick, right? We're not overstimulated. We just feel balanced. We feel just right. We're in our truth. Our truth is what makes sense and what feels right. When our body is in that truth space, that alignment space, that's when it normally functions, right? So the megahertz associated with the body, as we said, this is the healthy body. You can see the different megahertz that have been studied to be associated with each part of the body. So from the brain to the genius brain, even from the neck up to the neck down, on average, when it comes to megahertz. So again, 60 to 90 megahertz is where we want to be able to ward off any diseases and any negative emotions that can be transferred as well, because emotions can be measured via frequency, y'all. So what does that mean? That means that energy of a certain type of emotion can transfer on to me or on to you if you're not careful. Someone's so angry, you're in traffic, someone's so angry, they're beeping the horn, beep, 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 and now all of a sudden you feel irritated. You were chilling, you were just drinking your little pop, your little soda, and now you're irritated, because it can be transferred on if we don't do the things to make sure that we protect ourselves and stay in this normal range. And we'll dive into those strategies a bit later. Awesome. Question 3. At what megahertz does the body start to develop disease? At what megahertz does the body start to develop disease, do you think?
60 B.
Great answer. So 60 to 90 is a normal range. So literally right below that, 58.
58.
C.
Well, good thing I say 62.
Right. 58 megahertz. It is a good thing you didn't say 62. I appreciate you listening online, Jared. I appreciate you. But yes, so just 2 decimals under, y'all, from 60 to 58, the body can start developing disease. So we know that mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual wellness is all connected. So when I was talking about those wheels of light that focus on our different value systems, it's important to understand that if these are out of balance, talking about, let's do the throat again, if I'm underutilizing the throat space, I might start feeling some things in my throat. Let's go to the heart space. If I continue overexerting myself, overdoing things, overcommitting, giving myself, showing love, showing up in places that don't deserve my love and set no boundaries, our heart is overstimulated. I've had people and know people that have enlarged hearts that has caused them some pain, that has caused them to have to get seen. So it's all connected. What you do, how you operate is connected directly to your body, which is connected directly to your mind. Okay? So again, any questions, we'll dive in. So, you know what? You said 60. You said 60, Jared. You're right. Listen, I see.
I
So this,
mean, I've been knowing something.
okay, when you're the director of Melanin Mosaic, okay.
No, I didn't know anything. I was guessing.
I feel it. Yes. So we have the healthy body over here, the 60 to 90 range. Diseased body, the colds and flu starts at 60 if you go down. So 57 to 60 would be when colds and flu start. So now you can start thinking, if I do get sick, what does this mean? Right? Your energy is lowered, your frequency is lowered, your hertz are lowered. Disease starts at 58. Becoming receptive to cancer at 42 megahertz. And y'all, lastly, death begins at 25 megahertz. I want y'all to let this sink in. So we're out here doing certain things, carrying on in certain ways, and sometimes just allowing whatever things to kind of penetrate us, right? And not even thinking, okay, so I feel off, but I'm gonna keep going. I feel off, but I'm gonna keep going. I feel off, I'm gonna keep going. That's what then eventually leads to burnout or whatever types of things you picked up along the way that we've already discussed. And when we're not protective of this, it will decrease our frequency. It will lower these different things. And we are definitely susceptible to all of these experiences. Death begins at 25. That's not far away. It's so easy for your energy to drop. How quick is it for it to drop? Let someone trigger you. Anger, frustration, distrust. That brings down your energy. Joy, openness, peace. Love is a topmost measured energetic frequency. So those are the ones we want to operate in, even though we're human, right? So it's a balance. We can experience emotion. That's not the problem. It's when we stay in the emotion and don't really know what to do with it that can kind of be of concern. So I have one last question that I'll answer. The frequency from foods come from only living food. The frequencies from foods come from living foods. So ultimately the question is asking, from living foods, is that where we get frequency? The answer is yes. If you want to talk about making sure you maintain that 60 to 90 healthy range, you want to eat certain foods. Okay, we already had this healthy body that was already discussed, but these are the foods and the things you can consume to actually raise your frequency. So if you do start feeling off, see if some fresh produce won't raise that frequency. Fresh produce, some apples, fruits, vegetables, things of that nature. Dry herbs can increase it by this amount of megahertz. Fresh herbs, when I say herbs, I'm thinking like your oreganos, your basils, your anything that's in that spice aisle, okay? But I'm saying this is the dry herbs that are in the spice aisle. The fresh herbs we found in your produce aisle. Essential oils are super big for us to be able to increase our energy really quickly. They did a study on this one man who, and they measured him grabbing a cup of coffee, a styrofoam cup, and they measured that his energy dropped instantly. Now, it dropped under the normal range, and it took him 3 days for it to get back into normal range. All right, there's another guy, held the styrofoam cup, his energy dropped, his frequency dropped, and he took some essential oils. Within 3 minutes, his energy returned back, his hertz returned back to that normal range. The first guy, it took 3 days for it to recover, for him to recover himself. The other guy, essential oils, it took 3 minutes. So really thinking about essential oils in this space is also a great thing to keep on your person, by your side. Think about essential oils, whatever really draws to you and calls to you, it can be something that is for you. And because all of them will help. The range for essential oils is 52 to 320. And that 320 is rose oil. Okay, so that rose oil is the highest essential oil that's been measured that I'm aware of. I do want to point out processed food and canned package items don't provide any megahertz. So remember, The question was talking about frequencies coming from live foods, living foods, plants, fresh produce, things of that nature. Processed or canned foods have zero frequency. So they're not going to add or really, and sometimes they really do drop our frequency, right? But they definitely don't add ultimately. They definitely don't add.
What's
So,
crazy about this, before I don't cut you off,
no, please.
the other day, my husband and I went to the mall to do some shoe stuff, and then we passed by the essential oil store. I have never been to an essential oil store. I was shocked to see all the essential oils that were therapeutic and holistic. It was like, if you're sick, use this oil. If you want more energy, use this oil. If you are this, use this. I was like, did this stuff really work? And she was like, yeah, put some on your neck and you'll feel better. And this and that. Was like, wow. So we bought a number of oils. We bought a whole like thing, and he's been running it for a couple of days now. But I was literally shocked to know that essential oils were that powerful. And now hearing this, I'm really like, oh, so they weren't just blowing smoke. But yeah, it was like under your nose and on your wrist and behind your ear and all kinds of variations. I was like, wow, this is cute. Expensive, yeah, but it was cute. It was cute. I was like, wow.
Listen, if we start growing our own stuff, we can go ahead and pick the lavender from the back and make an essential oil, and not spend the money. That's also the thing. That's
the come up right there. That's come up.
Right. So thank you, Jared, for sharing that, because even this past week, I was on a wellness retreat, and one of my close dear friends ended up getting sick, and whipped out the rosemary, whipped out the peppermint oil, whipped out the tea tree oil. As soon as she smelled it, her body calmed down. She was burning up, fever, hot. As soon as she smelled it, her body was able to find relief. So yes, it definitely is a thing, for sure, Jared, for sure, and for everybody else. I love it. Okay, this is just some essential oils, some hertz. Rose oil, like I said, is the highest. So now we're in the space of making sure we know how to respond to ourselves when we feel certain types of ways. So we're going to practice certain strategies. We're going to practice 3 strategies. One to cool down the body, one to heat up the body, one to balance the body. Okay. Going to be really quick. Just notice how you feel. That's why that grounding was so important at the beginning, because we are flowing through this, y'all. We're flowing through this. Cooling down the body. When do we think we need to cool down the body? What are the reasons for using or cooling down the body? What are some reasons? So some of those reasons could include to make sure if we are irritated. You know how you get hot? Just think about your body. So the way that you heal yourself, so like Jared said, I'm a Reiki practitioner and master teacher, a Kemetic specifically Reiki teacher and a Reiki practitioner. The way that we heal is literally by using the opposite of what's prescribed. That's also kind of found in the Ayurvedic type treatments, which is a holistic model that's really associated in the yoga spaces. So the thing with it is, when we are hot, cooling down the body is what's needed. Period. So when we are irritated, when we are frustrated, when our mind is going to the speed is going, we're overthinking, we're gone, and we're not here. We're not in our own zone. We're not in our own peace. And our mind is going and going and going. That's the reason to use at least one of these strategies. Okay. So cooling down the body. We're going to practice. We will do the 4-part breath real quick. We'll do the 4-part breath. So the 4-part breath, I want you to get into that comfortable seated position that we started off with. Close your eyes and inhale slow and steady. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1. Great job. 2, 3, 4, hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, last time. 1, inhale deep. 2, 3, 4, hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, return to your natural breath. You can keep your eyes closed if you desire, or you can open them whenever you're ready. So just listen to the sound of my voice. This strategy is used to relax the body, to cool down the body. Relax. Bring it down. So when you're overthinking, when you're assuming, when you're on the go, when you are frustrated, when you're anxious, when you are like irritated, the hot emotions, the hot behaviors, the fast-paced things, that's when we cool down our breath. And that is one way that you can do that. Thinking about how you can also do that in association with those values, colors. There's certain cool colors. We know warm colors versus cool colors. Our cool colors are our greens, our blues, our purples. So being able to look at those colors will naturally give us a cooling sensation. Each color, like I said, when things are still, everything looks still, but it's atoms. Everything has a frequency. Everything has hertz. So looking at the colors, each color has a vibrational frequency associated with it. So in order to cool down, those cool colors, consumption, our waters, thinking about the river, think about the water, sounds. That's where the sounds come in. The water sounds. If you are hot and you are irritated and this band member can't get the note right and you feel away and you have a quick break, I would pop in my AirPods, listen to some water. I was just thinking like, dang, why am I plugging AirPods? I don't want to give anybody any shine if it's not under your presence, okay? But plug in your little earbuds and listen to some music, listen to some water. It will calm you down. That's why really showers can calm us down, the ocean, things of that nature. And so, yes, moving on, we have the heating of the body. Heat up the body. Why should we even heat up the body? The reasons for its use. I mentioned that there are certain values like confidence and follow through and vitality and just ambition. When we are not in those ambitious spaces, when we procrastinate, when we're chronically procrastinating, when we're chronically late, when we have low motivation, we don't want to do anything. We don't even think about like depression, right? Think about getting out of the bed, not wanting to get out of the bed, low interest in doing things that you used to do, things of that nature, forgetting things, being sedentary. Those are the reasons to heat up the body. Remember, we do what's opposite. So if we're slow and we're more sedentary over here, we want to give some speed. We want to heat up. We want to increase the flow, the Sikkim. That's what we would call in the Kemetic practice, the Sikkim. We want to increase the life force in our bodies. So that's the reasons we would use this experience to increase our vitality, our motivation, our ambition. So what we're going to do, we're not going to do the fire breath. We'll do in this one, the shake and clap. So for the shake and clap, and I'll just briefly describe the fire breath because it's a kind of interesting strategy. The fire breath, I don't want us to do it together, but you're ultimately expanding your diaphragm and contracting your diaphragm. Expanding it on the inhale, contracting it on the exhale. You're going forward and back, forward and back, forward and back as fast as you can go. We want to do 50 to start off with so you can really get the rhythm of it. But it does start making your head a little light because you have so much oxygen that's shooting up to your brain. So explore fire breaths and see the quickness. That can also heat up your body very quickly. So say, for instance, you're sluggish in the morning and you just need a quick pick-me-up. Fire breath. Okay, here's the other thing we can do to heat up the body. Same reason. We need a pick me up. Oh, it's 3:00 in the afternoon and I am slow. I am sluggish and I need that midday kind of warm up. We're going to go ahead and shake. So you can shake your wrist out. Keep shaking for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clap your hands. Clap up. Clap down. All the way down. Clap up. Here's 2. Clap down. Great job. Clap up. Clap down for 3. Great job. Take a pause. Allow your hands to rest on your lap. My chest is going doom 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 doom. It's doing some stuff, okay? So that's how you utilize your human flesh suit in the way that serves you the most, but aligns with your truth, right? We're in this world. We have a lot of uncontrollables, but we do have this controllable, okay? So yes, the colors are warm colors, our reds, our yellows, our greens. You can visualize that. That will increase your energy consumption, your spicier foods. Before it was like your waters and things like that cool yourself, right? For to heat up your body, you want your spicier foods. You may want some tea that actually has heat to it. Sounds, quick sounds. Like y'all know what sounds you can play and be like, ah, da, 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 versus It's a different rhythm that will directly impact our body and our systems. So with that being said, we also have tools to balance our bodies. And the reason for that is if we just feel a little off, but we don't know what's going on, we can always tap our bodies. We can tap from the top, coming to our head, tapping our entire body. I'm just sharing this with you all now so you can kind of see and feel what that looks like, but that will actually balance the entire body. After I do that, sometimes because my body's back at equilibrium, I may start yawning because it's telling me what I need. It will tell me that I'm tired, as opposed to like me going and going and going and going and going and not taking inventory of me being actually tired, right? This will reset your experience and kind of share with you your true identity. The body taps, as well as alternate nostril breathing in through one nostril, exhaling through another. That can also help. Colors, warm or cold, warm or cool colors can help with that consumption. It's really those warm or cool experiences that I was just mentioning. They will really cover this time, because even when we want to balance our bodies, we want to balance our wheels of light, our value systems. It's all about finding what makes sense. It's either one side or the other. It's really either hot or cold, honestly. So balancing it with whatever consumption serves you and whatever sounds feel good. Maybe it's just the sound of a family member, a friend. Nice. So we have a couple minutes. I do want to be able to share some quick sound healing in this space, just so you can see and feel and just be in your space of nourishment, of love, of peace, of love and of peace. So remember that blanket that I told y'all about? We're gonna go ahead and get that blanket out and be on the blanket. This is one of my instruments, y'all. I use that. So what I want you to do is just to close your eyes for the next couple minutes as we round out our time together. Again, I'm Andrea. You're going to have this contact information later on, but just as you settle in, just be at peace with yourself. You can lay on the ground if that serves you more. I want you to close your eyes. Even if it feels right to set intention in this space, setting intention simply means thinking about what serves you. What serves you? What do you need right now in this moment, in this space? Notice where you feel the vibrations in your body, if at all. As we conclude and wrap up our time together in this space, I want you to remember to follow your ease, follow your peace, be gentle with yourself, take it easy. You set your own pace. You have the control, the autonomy, the power. And the things that we can't control, we release with the ease of knowing that everything works for us and nothing works against us. It's unreasonable for us to doubt, to fear, to have shame. It's unreasonable. That's why it doesn't feel good. I'll conclude with just 3 beats to this shaman drum. 2, 3. Ashe. Ashe means and so it is and so it shall be. Feel free to open your eyes, to gently wiggle your toes and move your knees, wiggle your fingertips, breathe. Notice what sounds you really resonate with and felt in your space. Notice how it made you feel, if it's something that helped your being, if it's something that rather increased your being, increased your vitality, your energy, or is it something that kind of allowed your mind to kind of cool down and relax? I hope today's message served you all, each and every one of you. My specific contact is on the screen. Again, I am the owner and clinical social worker for Honor Your Presence PLLC. Feel free to follow me on IG and Facebook so you can have up-to-date things of what I'm doing in the North Carolina areas. I've traveled Charlotte, Greensboro, Raleigh in the North Carolina areas, and I travel domestically and internationally. So I'm always here to do whatever is needed to just heal, be, exist together, and manage our energy. Yes, go ahead.
I am still just feeling beautiful. That was everything.
I give thanks. I give thanks. And I gently put some Black mental health resources on the screen. If y'all want to screenshot, screenshot it. I'm on Psychology Today as well as a mental health therapist, but you want to filter for whoever serves you. If you want a place to start when it comes to straight mental health, if you want a holistic combination package, feel free to reach out to me or even reach out to the Reiki Arts Temple. That's why I became a comedic Reiki teacher and practitioner. So there's just different things for different reasons. Take a pause and really exist in community together, and take care of yourselves. Yes. Jared, thank you for this time. Thank you. Give thanks.
I absolutely enjoyed all of that. Especially, I had a rough couple of days, and went to my chiropractor today and got that switched. And now talking to you and doing this, and I just ate, and I'm feeling good. The air is coming through the window. The garden looks pretty. I'm just like, that was the best way to end this mental health series. And I thank you so much for joining us. And I think I definitely sure I found you on Psychology Today. That's how I connected to you. So please, by all means, everyone out there, reach out. if you can, if you want to, if you shall, you should, because you're going to get this experience all the time and it's well worth it. So, again, thank you.
Thank you. I will see y'all and connect with you all. Thank you so much. And know for Psychology Day, I'm licensed in North Carolina. So you must be in North Carolina for me to serve you from that capacity. We can also discuss self-pay if you're outside of that area. Thank you again, Melanin Mosaic and Jared. Where's my thing?
To the Energetics of Mental Health with Andrea Cole. Thank you all for joining us for this mental health series. Make sure mental health is not just a month, but a whole lifestyle. And we'll see you again at mental mosaic, mosaic everything, mosaic health, mosaic lounge, mosaic melon mosaic performance ensemble. We'll see you again soon. Bye.